Welcome back to another installment of our melody overviews. This is Basin Street Blues. Um, this song is it's kind of fun. At the top, you'll see that it's the tempo says moderately. Something that's different about with this one is that this is a jazz type of song. So we are going to swing the eighth notes, which means that the eighth notes are not necessarily going to be straight. So, and I will explain that in just a minute here. So, you look at the song. I believe the form is A. And then you'll also probably have questions about the small notes. That says those are optional notes, and so those are basically this sort of song, like when how jazz sort of formed, which we may have learned about, is it started off with call and response, right? So when there might be slaves working in a field of some sort, or just in blues songs in general, the way that progressed, there'll be a call and response sort of melodic gesture, also similar to the old churches too, and also current churches. So we can just say maybe southern churches. So the smaller notes, if you want, you can either play them or not play them. If you were to play them to kind of fit it a little bit more stylistic, what you can do is you could play the first measure, the first full measure, not the pickups, but well, that too. But the first full measure, maybe like a nice mezzo forte, nice full sound, and then the second measure, where it says where the smaller notes, is you could play them a little bit softer. So like maybe mezzo piano or even piano. So if I were to start this, it would sound like this. Sort of like an echo effect, right? So it's really cool. And then if this was in like a full band or a group setting of some sort, they might have different sections playing those to kind of give that effect through the different instruments. So that's something that's kind of cool and neat in this certain specific style. Just in case we're not sure, the first two notes, that's something called a pickup note, which means it starts right before the actual form of the music starts, right? A lot of songs have pickup notes into their melodies. This is another example of a thing called a pickup note. So if someone was counting this in and said 1, 2, 3, 4, you actually have to start playing on beat what? On beat 4, exactly. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So there it is. And I'll demonstrate that too as well with with myself playing it. So I'll go like this: 1, 2. Yeah. So I had mentioned at the beginning about swung eighth notes versus straight eighth notes. So this is a jazz song, so stylistically, a lot of times we would play it swing. It doesn't say swing on the page. I should have put that on there, but it's not there. So I'm telling you now. So it's swung. So that's kind of where the triplets are more in a 16th note feel. Triplet, triplet, triplet. Sorry, a triplet feel, not 16th note. Triplet, 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 triplet. Where the first two eighth notes in that triplet are tied. Whew. It's basically like a quarter note, 1/8 note, triplet. So, or a lot of times when you listen to a lot of jazz, you sort of get a sense of that feel of swing. So if I were to play the straight eighths, da, 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 makes it sound kind of a little bit more bland, a little bit more rigid. It might sound like this: 1, 2, 3. Right, so it sounds a little bit kind of like maybe circusy, a little bit, like I said, too rigid for this style. So swing, we want to kind of play the eighth notes, theoretically speaking, in a triplet feel, or you can think lazy, which kind of gives it that more authentic style. 1, 2, 3. If I were to just compare, say, a repeated eighth note swung and straight, it might sound like this. So I'll start straight and then do swung. Here's straight. Here's swung. it's kind of like we kind of give it a little skip in its step. So that's kind of a quick overview of maybe some concerns that some of us may have with the song. It's the full page long. Range is not too bad. And so yeah, so I will just go ahead and play the whole thing, and I hope you enjoy. Yeah. So I had said the form was AABA. Clearly, for those who are listening, that wasn't quite AABA. The first 16th bars are kind of like an introduction to the song. The actual melody will start at measure 17. So melody's at 17. You'll notice a completely jazz rhythm right there, which is like one and one and. So a thing called syncopation. So syncopation is when there's a lot of notes on the upbeats versus the downbeats. We had that with You've Got a Friend in Me as well too, right? Do da do da da da. Right. So syncopation. It makes music a little bit more. I don't want to say more exciting, but it gives it a little bit more forward motion in the sound, so it kind of helps the music move a little bit and sort of live a little bit more. So that's my quick video on this song here. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, and I will respond as quickly as I can. All right. Thank you.